Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers in New York hold a free clinic in Brooklyn to help local residents. To send Syrian children in Turkey to school, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital holds a fundraising event. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shioda. Thank you for joining us. We begin today's program in Thailand. In early November, a fire burned 10 homes in Bang Rock district of Bangkok. After receiving the disastrous news, Tzu Chi volunteers prepared daily necessities to give to the survivors.
Leading Tzu Chi volunteers back to their home, this family has nothing left as this good-natured mother and daughter fight to hold back the tears.
When the fire came, I rushed home and there were many fire engines near our houses with a large crowd preventing them from going closer. I didn't know what to do, but then I saw the fire burn my home and my mother cried, and in my heart, I was very sad.
The fire occurred in Bangkok's Bang Rak area. The fire is suspected of being caused by an electrical wire with 8 houses burning, affecting 10 families.
Bad things have already passed, and we hope you get back on your feet as soon as possible and have better luck than before and have a good life.
After the incident, Tzu Chi volunteers rushed to purchase supplies to provide emergency relief. In addition, condolence money was given along with prepared food and daily necessities, meeting the immediate needs of these affected families.
We want to thank Tzu Chi volunteers for their help in distributing goods to affected residents. We wish the Tzu Chi missions all the best.
We're very moved by help from Tzu Chi volunteers. If there's a chance in the future, I would like to join the Tzu Chi family and become a volunteer.
With fire survivors clutching boxes of relief aid, this group of volunteers bless them and help them restart a new life.
Moving our focus to the United States, coinciding with the celebration of its 25th anniversary this year, Tzu Chi New York chapter has hosted a free clinic in Brooklyn's Borough Hall, providing medical assistance to people of different races and religious beliefs.
As the weather in New York has started getting cooler since November, TIMA members and Tzu Chi volunteers collaborate with the local municipal government to host a free medical clinic at Brooklyn's Borough Hall for the first time.
This is the first time we have hosted a large-scale free medical clinic in Brooklyn. We collaborate with the borough chief to host this event at Borough Hall. This event is very meaningful.
After caring for the victims of Hurricane Sandy, volunteers started to prepare for this free clinic 3 months ago. Tzu Chi invited TIMA members as well as other medical teams to help out.
I've worked in my own clinic in Brooklyn for over 20 years. I came here at 7 a.m. so that I can help out in the early morning.
We have also invited local medical staff members in Brooklyn to provide medical assistance to the public. After we hosted a free clinic in Queens, we can invite more doctors in Brooklyn to come here.
On the clinic day, more than 180 volunteers and medical staff members served 9 different departments. Though some residents who come from other areas had received Tzu Chi's medical services a few months ago, they still came to attend this event.
I fractured my hand and had an operation 3 weeks ago. I came here today because they provide rehabilitative treatment. I have learned a lot because I know how to exercise my fingers or wrists. I didn't know how to do it before.
These medical teams and volunteers work together to provide quality medical services at Brooklyn's Borough Hall, safeguarding the health of local residents.
Switching to the west coast of the United States, in California, Tzu Chi's DaAi Vision Mobile is a presence that continues to be needed. Recently, the clinic drove to Monrovia's Foothill Unity Center to help the homeless and other low-income residents. This eye clinic was something all of the recipients were appreciative of. A selection of frames. Switch to the other side. With a vision exam, it's free of charge, courtesy of Tzu Chi.
I'm very excited to get these glasses. I'm very appreciative.
I'm very grateful for your organization, for the help they gave me to get my free prescription glasses with people's donation. I'm very grateful for this.
Tzu Chi's DaAi Vision Mobile has been making the rounds at Foothill Unity Center in Monrovia. A doctor volunteering at the clinic also provides prescription glasses for those with more special needs for free out of her own pocket.
Many of the homeless or those who don't have an income will look for other resources, such as their family, to help them purchase prescription glasses. Otherwise, they don't even try to buy a pair. This type of free clinic can really immediately help them because government organizations often have to wait a month or two before they can receive a pair.
I hope there be more people like them. I'm very I appreciate what they do to me and very happy that we have in this world people like them.
After receiving their first pair of glasses, many can see clearly the world again. Caring doctors are hard to find. In Taiwan, urologist Xie Dengfu of Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital is among the good doctors of the world. Dr. Xie's kind attitude towards patients allows them to easily understand their complex medical problems. Dr. Xie believes that in addition to bedside visits, medical research is needed to give patients the best possible care.
As a surgeon, entering the operating room is quite commonplace, and Dr. Xie has more than a decade of experience operating a scalpel. Despite years of work, urologist Xie Dengfu never forgets what brought him to this profession.
When I scrub, I will think about what's the best way to do it for the patient.
Doing what is best for his patients has been a principle that Dr. Xie always keeps in mind.
你去想了这个问题，你去研究它，你去解决了它，你会让你的治疗上你会更进步。
While he already has a doctorate degree, he continues to move forward with research.
He's willing to share his research with others and even willing to guide doctors who haven't undertaken research. Sharing this knowledge is quite important.
Research needs a methodology, and Dr. Xie has helped guide other doctors in the hospital in the writing of thesis papers to promote an atmosphere of research.
我们还是以鼓励为原则。
And he himself can often be found in the laboratory.
有这些我们才
From this, we can predict what will happen to the person.
The laboratory is on the top floor of the hospital, and it's Dr. Xie's safe haven.
我如果一直在跟人家互动
If I've been interacting with people for a long time and I want some quiet, I will come and hide here.
Dr. Xie is quite polite and buries himself in studying cell transformations, which is his medical foundation. Xie says he will always be committed to research, but when it comes to treating patients, there should be no distance between doctor and patient, even when it involves complicated science.
人有顺序无？顺序啦，吼，单纯啦，吼，就讲即摆嘛拢清清啦，吼。
你来家来3摆了，我来看闹，家半夜来，伊个来。
For the average person, medicine can be quite difficult to understand, but this doctor always finds a way to communicate it so that patients can understand.
He undertakes an in-depth explanation of the disease so that patients can better understand.
Although this type of lifestyle keeps him very busy, she is quite fond of this profession.
This profession is really about interacting with others. That is the starting hope, and then we try to solve their problems.
In Indonesia, a Tzu Chi care recipient, So Siswanto from Jakarta, has been bedridden for 11 years due to bone disease. Tzu Chi volunteers recently came to help clean his house, as well as bring him a new mattress.
Despite the rain, Tzu Chi volunteers still keep their promise to visit a care recipient. Siswanto, who has mobility problems, is sitting at the door, expecting Tzu Chi volunteers to come.
I feel like I have been reborn and I'm no longer isolated because there are many people caring for me. I should stand up and bravely face my life.
45-year-old Siswanto suffers from bone disease and has been bedridden for 11 years. Volunteers have come to clean up the house and cut nails for him.
He feels more confident after we cared for him. He said that we had comforted him, so he hopes that we can visit him more often.
I feel grateful that I'm still healthy and able to help the needy.
Volunteers discovered that Siswanto's bed had become old on their last visit, so this time they have brought him a new mattress. Tzu Chi volunteers have worked hard to improve Siswanto's living environment, allowing him to stay mentally and physically healthy.
Tzu Chi's care is not only for sentient beings, but the environment as well. When Master Zhenyan was in Taichung, she had an opportunity to sit in with local recycling volunteers and heard several seniors speak of their joy in protecting the environment. One of them, who was 80 years old, said despite having 9 surgeries, she has kept in good health after going to the recycling station each day.
80-year-old recycling volunteer Asha has had 9 surgeries, but doing recycling makes her happy and helps her forget her pain.
If your neighbors are seniors, you must tell them not to sit there. They must do recycling.
If I have time, I'll go pick up recyclables on Tianjin Road. I went 3 times this morning.
While the master is in Taichung, Tzu Chi volunteers also tell her the story of a boy named Cho Shengxiang, who grew up in adversity, but he uses sketches to find his confidence and has participated in an art exhibition.
I want to thank the help from Teacher Xie and Tzu Chi volunteers.
Children are our hope for the future. Thus, Tzu Chi publishes books titled Sail with Great Love, as he helps to bring the power of goodness to schools.
孩子人之初，性本善呐，教育呢，无不都是要让孩子这一面心，让他善良的种子萌芽出来。
Master Zhenyan feels the teaching materials are very valuable, as they can inspire the children to have love and compassion. She encourages the volunteers to continue doing it.
The civil war in Syria has forced hundreds of thousands of Syrians to flee to other countries for safety, with neighboring Turkey having accepted most of them. To help fund the ongoing education program for some 10,000 Syrian children in Turkey, established by the local volunteers, the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital held a charity sale.
Many Syrians affected by the war take shelter in Turkey, but to sustain their lives, many children are forced to work and have become the breadwinners of their families. Staff and volunteers at Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital hold a charity to help these Syrian children return to school.
I want to bless all the Syrian children to have a wonderful time in childhood. I hope someday they will become the seeds of love in society.
Many Tzu Chi volunteers, medical people, and general public came forward to show they care and want to bring hope to Syrian children.
I hope everyone can understand they are blessed to live in Taiwan, but there are still many suffering people around the world who need your help.
Turkey is very far from Taiwan, but I still hope our compassion can shorten the distance between us and them and give them some help so these children can go to school.
Tzu Chi volunteers also bring out their handicrafts for sale so more love can be collected for Syrian children in Turkey.
Also about charitable giving, but in Malaysia, in Selangor, some residents hosted a fundraiser to help Haiti recover from Hurricane Matthew that struck in October. Through these kind acts, they hope to set an example for others to follow.
After a farmer from Pahang, Malaysia, donated 500 kilograms of pumpkins to Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter, volunteers hosted a charity sale to raise funds for Haiti, where local residents were affected by Hurricane Matthew in early October. kind-hearted people also include a couple from Selangor, Malaysia. They also hosted a one-day charity sale at their own coffee shop to encourage more people to reach out to the needy.
选在我们生意最好的时候，那这个金额老实讲会。
We have chosen the day when our business is booming. I believe that we can raise more money on this day and let more people know about this event. So that's why we chose Sunday. I hope to encourage more people to carry out the act of giving.
Though staff members of this shop have to work overtime to help us at this event, they are willing and happy to do this.
I think this is a good chance for me to do good deeds. We should promote this kind of good event. I posted the news about this activity on Facebook. I hope that my friends can see this information and support this event as well.
Even with a little contribution, everyone can help spread love to Haiti while embodying the spirits of a global village.
On November 15th, government delegations from the United States visited DaAi TV in Guangdu, Taipei. The Tzu Chi Foundation was the first NGO the 9-member team visited in Taiwan, and upon their short visit to the station, all the members recognized the organization's excellent work. Standing inside DaAi TV's studio, a government delegation from the United States is getting a taste of what it's like to be a news anchor. Among them is John Valdivia, Mayor Pro Tempore of San Bernardino, California, who is already familiar with Tzu Chi.
Tzu Chi Foundation actually has petitioned my council district to be a part of the medical fair. A lot of low-income families, dental care, health care, optimistic of their partnership in our local community, and we're so excited to have them.
Getting an introduction to Tzu Chi's 4 missions, the delegation learns of the organization's assistance in Haiti after Hurricane Matthew. The mayor of Boynton Beach, Florida, which is the sister city with Haiti's La Caille, praises Tzu Chi for helping in the rebuilding process.
One of the problems with the new, is that people don't know of ways to help. Having knowledge of what Tzu Chi does, it will be able to help them because so many NGOs in the United States have not been as doing a great as job as Tzu Chi has been doing throughout the world.
Through this short visit and learning of Tzu Chi's history, the delegation has gotten to know the foundation better and looks forward to any possible endeavors in the future. To engage more people in fighting climate change, MIT Climate CoLab has hosted a side event at the 22nd Conference of the Parties to UNFCCC held in Morocco. At the meeting, participating organizations discussed pioneering approaches to involve more people in finding climate change solutions.
To fight climate change, implementation of a global climate agreement is needed. MIT Climate CoLab has held a side event at the 2016 UN Climate Change Conference to discuss ways to engage people in fighting climate change.
The internet and new collaboration tools made possible by the internet now allows for thousands and thousands of people from all around the world to collaboratively suggest ideas on how to move things forward, but then also assess and contribute to other people's work. So we're really embarking on a new wave, a new digital age of collaboration and co-generation in a way that was never possible before.
In the past, climate change discussions are limited to experts, and their impact is limited. If everyone's view on climate change is taken into consideration in decision-making, then the government, enterprises, and the public can work together to fight climate change.
To accelerate climate change responsibilities, everyone's point of view should be taken into consideration. We need concrete actions to fight climate change. If we only stipulate from the government's view on what the public can do, the effect is not good enough. New techniques and initiatives are also important. In managing greenhouse gas emissions, we encourage the public through regulations to do what they could not achieve in the past.
To truly implement a global climate change agreement, MIT Climate CoLab is running a series of contests where people all over the world can work with experts and each other to develop climate change solutions.
COP22 being held in Morocco was the perfect opportunity for King Mohammed VI to promote its environmental mission to the rest of his country. However, many Moroccans are more concerned about feeding themselves and making a living. Just 5 kilometers away from the COP22 venue is Marrakesh's Medina, where the cobblestone streets are maze-like, the streets are nameless, and tourists can easily get lost. At this old part of the city, there are shops of all kinds selling new and second-hand items. This shop's specialty is to use reclaimed wood to make doors and windows, and if one keeps walking, visitors will see an entire street dedicated to recycling. Besides collecting expired bread for animal feed, local residents also collect glass bottles as well. Recycling is a new terminology for the residents of Medina. As for them, reusing items is not about helping the environment, but something they rely on to get by in life. Despite the King of Morocco, Mohammed VI's promotion of environmental protection, for these local residents living in poverty, all they care about is sustaining their livelihood for themselves and their families. 5 years ago, New Taipei City's Environmental Protection Department initiated the first ever Green Store appraisal aimed at convenience stores. And for the first time this year, the program included well-known hotels with additional categories for evaluation, such as energy saving and carbon reduction.
These grandmas and grandpas are doing an aerobic dance set to music to promote environmental awareness. To promote environmental awareness, New Taipei City announced a list of 180 businesses that were judged as being environmentally friendly. For example, plastic bags held in the hand and cups on the table are all made from biodegradable starch material.
The bags that we choose don't contain any PE, PS, PP, or PVC. These are the more harmful substances, so the material we used for the bags for consumers are very safe for the environment.
To save energy at hundreds of stores, this company decided to upgrade to a T5 fluorescent high-performance lighting system, along with a special power monitoring system.
Our store's monitoring system can detect, for example, at the store at noon, there may be a non-normal electrical supply situation, which will sound an alert. This can lead us not to waste this electricity, allowing us to save about 30% of electricity.
Each year, we save about 10% of our electricity usage. This 10% of electricity consumption may be hard for you to imagine, but in terms of carbon emission savings, it's about 10,000 tons of carbon dioxide, or the equivalent of planting 200,000 trees.
Energy savings and carbon reduction are not the only tangible goals the city seeks, but also a reduction in waste processing.
Can reduce the amount of waste to be processed by 1,200 tons, then we can save processing costs of about $142,000 each year.
Loving the earth and promoting green business has become a new paradigm for these businesses in New Taipei City, to the delight of the municipal government.
We head to the United States at the end of our program as the local Red Cross chapter in California recently held an event in Wilmington to install smoke alarms in residential homes. During the event, city volunteers also mobilized to help install some detectors. We will leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.